I think at first when I went to college, I was very stressed. I found that I had to trust myself and believe in myself a lot more to do well.
Like, you just have to be tough and you have to get through things, and like, I think that's something I carry with me.
I wanted to drop out many times actually, and the whole Latino attitude of like, you got this far, like you gotta do it, just that little extra.
It's kind of like something I pride myself on, like being the first in my family to go.
It means a lot of success, and I keep telling my parents that if I get the diploma, it's our diploma, it's not just my diploma.
It was a big decision for me to become a music major because my parents were not supportive of that at all. They wanted me to be like a doctora, abogada. For me to be a first-generation student means to be prideful, orgullosa.
You know, we come from communities that are disadvantaged. We come from communities where, you know, our high school teachers didn't necessarily care about us, our counselors didn't necessarily encourage us to come to college. We didn't really know what that was like.
I don't know, I think I felt like a caterpillar when I first came in. I think now that I'm graduating soon, I'm becoming like a butterfly with my wings of like knowledge.
There was no one in my family that like could help me like, you know, navigate the university in a way. And I just came here, like I was literally thrown at the university for me to like deal with this by myself. I had the whole imposter syndrome effect and just thinking that I just got into college out of luck and not because of the work that I've done or the grades that I got. And that was because I felt that students had more resources and came from more privileged backgrounds than I did. So when I noticed that, it took a toll on me, and that's when I started feeling that I didn't fit in.
Whenever I don't know anything, I reach out for help. And if that person cannot help me, I ask the person, hey, could you please direct me to someone?
Take the first step in maybe approaching people to talk about things that you may have never talked about, and do things that you never would have thought to.
As a first-gen student, you're very critical about yourself and you analyze maybe your intentions within higher education, but then you have like this small group of people that are your family that like celebrate any little thing that you get.
So any chemicals you guys are working with, you have to have the MSDS sheet for that. Being a first-generation student has really impacted, I think, the family dynamics and my relationships to my family, because I feel it has made us more distant. You know, throughout the years, what I've gotten from them has been remarks where they say that I think that I'm better than them, or that I'm trying to get away from them because, you know, they always ask me why did I go to Santa Cruz rather than stayed in San Diego. So it's always, instead of getting positive feedback, I always get like questioning of why I'm here.
I actually feel like my relationship with my family strengthened because I have to keep them in mind that everything that I'm doing is because of them. Part of the guilt is being here, living here, and my two other brothers that are older, they have to experience the struggle.
I would like run errands for my mother and stuff like that, or help around the house. And then once I had a job, I would like financially help around, buying groceries, stuff like that. That's definitely something I've struggled with, and I would just say, like, don't be that afraid. Your parents, if you're a resource to them, they've lived in this world without you before you were here, and then you grew up and you became a resource. That's great, but they're going to continue living once you're gone. I'm not saying that you shouldn't help them or anything, but that kind of eases the whole pressure of the leaving part.
My family, meaning both my parents, seen me go through the process of, schooling, mastering, navigating the schooling, almost graduating. I know my parents feel like all of their sacrifices are now paying off.
There's a lot of pride in my family for me to be the first one here, because for them, for especially my parents, there was a lot of sacrifice for them to get here. And so to have me and my older sister, we're both in college right now, and to have us both get this far, and also we're kind of the leaders because we have 2 younger sisters, and so we're always the ones that have to tell them what to do and how to do it.
Sometimes I'm like a tutor for like my little brother and sister in like different subjects. I tend to help my dad with like sometimes paying the bills. For a while, it was hard to have a lot of internal motivation because a lot of the things I encountered were like me doing things for like my family and stuff like that. I kind of sheltered myself in that way. And being able to get out of that comfort zone and kind of like spread my wings a little bit to try and like find other first-gen college students and like other students of like low income and stuff like that. Also, I became an RA in College 9, and that was also a surprisingly good way to meet other first-gen students. And it's also an incredibly good way to like get within the college community if you feel like you might be slightly outside it.
Okay, that's that. So I'm getting a college degree because mostly from my younger siblings, my niece, nephew, and brother, they're already very motivated, and they are my fuel to, keep moving forward, and just for them to know that they can make it as well.
My hopes for my family is that they eventually realize that I was not being selfish, and that to some extent the decisions that I took to go to college was for them.
I want everyone in my family to have like a stable, happy life. College is a really, really strong impact on the quality of life someone will have. And it's not even just the person who goes to college first. It's also how the people around you will be affected by you going to college.
I would advise a first-generation student coming into this university to never give up hope, that even if you feel like you are not longer capable of doing anything, just know that you're not alone.
College is difficult, and don't worry if you don't get it right away. Things take time. You are gonna, and it's like a reality too, is that you are gonna have to work harder at different points, just because you are in some ways disadvantaged, but you have to find strength in that.
Realize that the college experience is not just an academic experience, it's really a personal growth experience. It's really finding who you are.
My advice to first-generation college students who are still learning to navigate the system would be, it will take some sacrifices on their end. It'll take some sacrifices on your end. Nobody told us that we were gonna stay up all night. Nobody told us that we will have to deal with all of these human interactions, right? And so the advice is nothing of value comes without effort, so do make your best.
Take risks. It's going to be a hard, tough process for you sometimes, and it's going to get really rough. But there are times where it's going to be some of the most rewarding things that you've ever felt. Yeah, take risks and don't be afraid to try new things.